So the last thing that you can do, you can do nothing. You can create joint tenancy, you can create a will, or just create just a simple revocable living trust. And this is kind of the gold standard for simple and basic estate planning. Anybody with assets or kids should have just a simple revocable trust. This is a document that allows you to control your assets during your lifetime, and then also designate how they are distributed at your death. While you're living, you can put things in, you can take things out. While things are in there, you can manage them as you see fit. If you put your brokerage account in there, you can reallocate the funds between this stock and that stock. You can put your house in there, and if you then later decide to sell the house before you've passed away, it's no more difficult than selling your house if it's owned in your personal name. And the biggest benefit of the trust, and the whole reason to do it, is that assets that are owned by a trust at the time of your death don't have to go through probate. And so, as I said before, probate is kind of a dirty word, and there's two different kinds of probate. Living probate, and anybody want to guess what the other kind is? Death probate. Pretty straightforward. So, living probate is what happens if you become disabled. You get in a car accident, you develop and have a brain injury. You get Alzheimer's. You go into a coma as a result of surgery. Well, if you can't make decisions for yourself, someone else has to be around to make those decisions. If you haven't designated someone, well, then you have to open up what's called a living probate matter, either a conservatorship or a guardianship. Conservatorship covers finances, guardianship because it covers your person, and so the court will choose someone to manage your money for you, and choose someone to make your medical decisions for you. They'll probably choose a family member, but if you're estranged from your spouse, they're going to go try and find that spouse and give them first priority as your spouse. If your sister, who you absolutely hate, shows up and says, "Oh, my brother and I have a great relationship, and I should be the conservator for his finances," the court's not necessarily going to know that you guys fought like cats and dogs, and that she's a spendthrift, and that you don't trust her at all. And so the other piece of that is that the proceedings are public, like your will. If you're disabled, you have to disclose all of your finances will be disclosed. All of your health records will be disclosed. All of the medical decisions that get made about you will be disclosed. I don't think that sounds very attractive, especially when the alternative is incredibly easy to implement. All you need are two very simple documents called power of attorney documents. One is called a durable power of attorney, or a durable power of attorney for finance, and the other is called a durable power of attorney for healthcare. As you could probably guess, the first one covers things like managing your bank accounts and your life insurance and your real property, and the other covers making medical decisions for you. So if you have one of these documents and you become disabled, you don't have to go to the court to have all of your medical and healthcare and financial decisions made, because you've named someone who will then legally be able to act on your behalf. Just to clarify something, a lot of people talk about patient advocates, living wills, advanced directives. Some states have statutes requiring doctors. There's been a lot of stuff in the news lately about requiring doctors and paying doctors to talk about end-of-life care. Well, Michigan doesn't have a statute that provides doctors any protection if they follow your advanced directive. So if you say, "Please withhold all treatment if I'm in an irreversible coma that lasts more than 1 week." Well, if the doctor follows that, he or she is potentially opening themselves up to liability that your spouse or kids will say, "You shouldn't have pulled the plug on that. I know that he wrote that advanced directive, but you shouldn't have followed that." And so a lot of people talk about preparing an advanced directive, and that's fine. It's good to talk to people about it, but you don't need an advanced directive. What you need is a durable power of attorney that gives someone else the authority to make medical decisions for you. If I give my wife my durable power of attorney of health care, she can then make all of the same decisions that I could have made in the event that I'm disabled and unable to make those decisions. And the doctor who follows those decisions is protected. So unlike me writing out an advanced directive that says, "Please pull the plug after 60 days, if I say, "Please listen to whatever Kate Neckers says," the doctor's safe on this side, not on that side. And again, it's a very simple spouse,